friends, how are ya? Welcome back for a Friday. It's Friday for me, and it's also the second to last vlog for the year. Crazy. And then I'm gone for 6 weeks. Today's gonna be a fun day though. We actually have a birthday party tonight. It's gonna be surf, beach bonfire, and then late night drinks. And we'll see what time we catch the birthday party because it starts at 3 because sunset is 4:30. But they're gonna, I think, go all night. So that'll be really fun. We also have a neighborhood party tomorrow. Every single house is bringing a drink and an app. So I need to figure out that today as well. And I have a really exciting sponsor for today's video. Okay, first off, you know these tanks that I literally wear every single day? I work out in them. I sleep in them. I wear them as my bras. I just literally wear one every single day. These are from Express, and I'm getting to work with Express on today's video. And they let me pick out a couple little outfits, so we can go through those and pick out an outfit for today. I got a couple fun, more like festive-y type things too. This next week, I have a bachelorette party, and then of course we have a wedding and a few other Christmas type things. So I'm very much in like the festive outfit mood. I got some practical things and some festive things. I say let's try on those couple things, finish getting ready for the day. Could also probably stand to revive this hair a bit and figure out our exact plan for the day. Okay, here's one of the festive things I got. Are you kidding? I do like this because it could be like year round. It's actually a bodysuit. Look at this big bow. And then I found some trousers that are wide leg enough to where I feel like they look pretty good on my body type. They're like a more mid-rise, but I got them in a longer length so that I could maybe wear them with little heels. I like the tweed. Like they feel very, very quality. I don't have any that are almost this like nicer, more knitted material. And the pleats aren't really pulling on my thighs too much, which is really hard to find. So this is the first outfit. Obviously not just gonna wear this throughout the day today, but I might wear this to the bachelorette that we're doing next week. I'll link all these things down below, by the way, if you want to shop. The links do help to support my channel, which it's really nice when companies do that and give creators like a little bit of a commission. It's very kind of them, but it is so fun. Okay, sorry, that was excessive. Okay, I'm gonna try on the lounge set that I was mentioning, but first I just want to point out the tanks because I literally actually, not a hyperbole, do wear them every day, so I do get a lot of questions about them. This is their body contour line. They have a lot of different things on the line, but this is the matte square neck tank. I'll just link it for you. The reason I like this is they have different amounts of like hold for the different things. This one has a very strong hold and it's double lined, which is why I literally wear it as my bra most of the time. This I'm so excited for because I love a matching lounge set. I actually can't remember the last time I got a matching lounge set. It is so soft. Like it is genuinely so soft. I'm gonna bring this to Christmas for Texas because it's chillier there and we'll be doing a lot of lounging. Like this is a great Christmas morning fit. Just comfy, cozy. I like it a lot. So I've also realized the thing I just will always gravitate towards and I will put on is a pull-on pair of pants. So when I saw these satin ones, I was like, ooh, pull-on pants that I could like dress up. Like this with like a statement necklace and like a more of an updo, or like statement earrings and then black heels would be a going out look, or pair these pants with a sweater and make them more of like a daytime thing. Honestly, satin pants with sneakers is a look. It's giving like city girl kind of look. I just smacked my eye just a second. But for today, I'm between the last sweater or this cardigan. I thought this looked so Parisian. The little scalloped detail and then the balloon sleeve. Pretty torn on which to wear today. I have been chilly, so I think I'll wear the thicker knit until it warms up, and then maybe I'll switch. Maybe I'll wear both. I choose, and you can have it all. But thank you to Express for partnering with me on this video. Thank you for making the best tanks. For a second there, I was worried that the tanks were gonna go away forever, so I did stock up and buy, I think I own 10. They're one of my fixation things for sure. But I think I'm gonna make an outfit around the knit sweater. These are comfy too, but I'm gonna go to the grocery store, so maybe dress it down a little bit. I just tidied and rearranged our room a little bit because look what we finally got set up. Our little frame TV. We turned the brightness down because this morning, it looked too much like a TV and not like art, but now that it's really bright in here, it might be a little dim. But kind of rearranged a couple things. I moved my air purifier from here to under my desk, which I don't know if that like is counterintuitive, if that blocks the flow of air, but there's just too many things out. And then I moved the tree from this side to this side. I do like it here because you can see it from the den and like the space looks a little less blank, but it was a little tight to walk around. And then we had fewer plugs over here, so I removed the globe lamp from on top, and now the globe lamp is on my little desk right here. So I think that works. The plant like kind of blocks the TV a bit, but we would just move it when we watch TV because we don't watch TV super often. And then I'm waiting on hanging this mirror here. And then I think things should pretty much be done in here, at least until we move something around. I need to figure out how to style this side. We just have a temporary speaker up there, but it's not gonna live there. Jordy's Christmas present speaker might end up living there. I think it would look really nice on top of this, but he doesn't know he's getting that yet. So he was like, I don't know, maybe we could find a spot to like plug in our portable speaker, but this is more like, let's take it to the beach type of speaker. So he doesn't know we're gonna have like a nice one that he can, I don't know, put in his studio or put in here depending on wherever he thinks he'll like it more. But it's feeling a lot more kind of finished, which is great because this is the room that I had the least amount of vision and like just did not know what to do and like what was actually functional and practical. But the desk setup in here has been such a life changer for me because the lighting is actually even better than my office. So for meetings and filming, I actually find myself wanting to use this desk more than the upstairs one, which is also great to have for when we end up building out the upstairs and my parents are here. I don't even really need an office. Also great to have for when we have kids way down the line, because my office will probably turn into a nursery instead of the guest room, because I'd rather have a nursery and a guest room than a office and a nursery, I think. Still trying to figure out what to do with our little treehouse hobbit hole nook. I posted it on TikTok being like, give me your ideas, but something that I do think would be cool is like not actually use it for storage or for seating, but use it as like almost a built-in bookshelf somewhere up there to have display, because we don't really have any display for things. All of our open shelving is in the kitchen and is very utilitarian, so we kind of need that for cups and plates and things. So we don't have a spot to like display books and little trinkets and art and stuff. So I don't know if there's a way to like build out something up there of things that we don't need access to often, but could just kind of be like a fun little architectural something. I don't know. Or the stained glass we recently bought could go up there somehow. Maybe even hang. Lots of ideas, lots of thoughts. You know what I do need to do is feed my sourdough starter today. Look at all those bubbles. Like, it's actually so crazy. It's starting to smell better. The first few days it was smelling kind of weird, but it's actually so crazy that it's working so well because A, our temperatures aren't warm, and I think that like it starts to grow really well at like 75 degrees or something like that. But two, I've never made a starter in general, but definitely not without a culture. So discarded a little. Gonna add just 25 grams of brown rice flour and 25 grams of filtered water. I'm not a baker. I don't like it. So I've never really researched anything, but apparently using tap water has like chlorine and different things in it that can kill the natural yeast. So it's better to use filtered water. But things I need to do today. One, go get groceries for the neighborhood party this weekend. As I mentioned, everybody's bringing an app and a drink. The thing that I'm trying to figure out is what is a very easy appetizer that takes little effort. I'm trying to do less. I'm trying to not go overboard with everything I do. It's an experiment. I think seeing if Trader Joe's has any sort of frozen like taquitos or flautas or even like mini tacos or whatever, just picking up something like that and then garnishing it really pretty. So that day of, we just pop it in the oven, heat it up, and then I can like garnish it with cilantro or edible flowers or green onions or a side of guac or like a little like crema drizzle or something just to make it look better. But also, like, there's a lot of kids on the street. I'm sure that they will be pumped to have something that feels a little bit more like kid food. So I think that I'm gonna go just see what we can find at Trader Joe's. And I need to collect a urine sample for Max They didn't give me one with like a long thing, so thoughts and prayers. They gave me one glove and one little cup. And I need to drop that off if we're successful. And thankfully, I had to film one thing yesterday for not YouTube, but otherwise had a massive computer day yesterday. And I'm finally feeling fully caught up on computer tasks. Not end of year tasks. I still have to do a lot of like the end of year bookkeeping and, you know, send out 1099s, you know, plan my film schedule for when I'm back and send that into the full team and do all those types of things. That's the only like massive computer work type of stuff left for me. So I'm feeling very caught up on work, but a little behind on like housekeeping life, if that makes sense. But it's almost the weekend, so I'm gonna catch up. Starter has been fed. I bet by tomorrow it's gonna be like that big, which is just so wild. We did take Max to the vet yesterday. Did get a little bit of bad news. Huh, Bubba? It actually was interesting because he had his full checkup in October and he was only due for one more shot. But we're about to fly with him to Texas. We've never flown with him before. And so when I made his appointment just for his shot yesterday, they called me and they were like, hey, looks like he doesn't need like a checkup. He just needs a shot. Do you want us to change your appointment to just a vet tech so that you can save like the $70 exam fee? Or what are you thinking? And I was like, I actually just want to ask the vet his opinions about like flying with Max, if there's anything I should do or could do just to make sure he's like calm, whatever. And they're like, okay, let's leave it as a regular vet appointment. We get there and there's a new vet. He is probably my age. And he's like, yeah, I just finished my doctorate program like a year and a half ago. So I have, you know, a little more up-to-date knowledge than some of the other vets here, whatever. And he, since I had paid the exam fee, just went ahead and did an exam. And he was like, have you been told that Max has a murmur? And I was like, no, like not even in October when I was here 2 months ago. And he was like, okay. And he basically diagnosed Max with, what is it called? I have a paper somewhere. Just a sec. It's called mitral valve disease, and it's a degenerative disease. Apparently 10% of senior dogs get it. In my mind, Max is a puppy, not a senior dog, but he is 8. And it's usually seen in smaller dogs, and it basically is something that only gets worse and that there's no like cure for. He did say like likely that means in 2 to 3 years, like something that we'll have to be really cautious and mindful of is, did he say congestive heart failure? Something really sad. He also said it can often affect the lungs to where basically just doomsday things. He's like, so we could possibly see issues in his lungs in like 1 to 2 years, and then really bad issues in his heart in like 2 to 3 years. And then they took him back for just kind of more routine, like blood work, whatever. And they did an ultrasound on him and found that there are like crystals forming in his bladder, which they think could possibly be from the incident where he ate the protein bars. They said a large increase in protein can happen. And he said it's not great, but it's not, you know, like awful, which is why I need to get a urine sample. But the thing that could happen is one of those crystals could try to pass through and cause a blockage. And in that case, then it's like 24-hour ticking time bomb for like really, really bad things. So I just need to basically make sure that he's like frequently urinating and keep an eye on that. And then need to potentially get him like ultrasounds and echocardiograms every 6 months. And potentially one day he might have to go on some sort of medication if his heart does start causing problems. And all of that just makes me really sad. I've been sad about that the last 24 hours, to be honest. It also is interesting that with this, he shouldn't do like a ton of vigorous exercise. And he has seemed kind of uninterested in long walks these days. So I normally just take him on frequent short walks instead of ever like a long walk. Just kind of, I guess, making that shift to a more senior dog lifestyle. But it's sad to not get like a clean bill of health from the vet. But all that being said, I'm gonna take him on a little walk and see if I can't successfully get a urine sample, and then head on out to go get some groceries and maybe drop this off if we're successful. Something I do want to do today with y'all, I mentioned this in the last vlog, is talk through and figure out 2025 goals. I love New Year's. I love New Year's so much. I love being able to create new goals and rhythms and kind of just like reset intentions and make a new wallpaper for my computer. If you know, that's like my vision board per se. And I've been kind of like marinating on what I want 2025 to look like. And I'd love to just kind of like finalize it and put it out into the open, put it out into the world and see what happens this next year. So that'll be my little bribe to myself to get these couple errands and things done. Where are my ballet flats? I think I want to wear ballet flats. Wish me luck. Okay, this is gonna sound so silly, but I don't know what is going on at Trader Joe's right now. I literally walked in with my cart and saw the wall of people, and I was like, I actually don't know if I can do this right now. It was just packed. Also, as I mentioned, we're doing a birthday party tonight. I was gonna get there maybe at like 5, but they're all meeting at 3. And they need someone that could pick up the pizza en route. And so I'm like, I can maybe be that person if I skip a couple things. So that was not very productive of me, but I wouldn't have done that if I had known Trader Joe's was packed and that they needed someone to pick up pizza. But I got the holiday nails. I got like kind of like a crimson, and then I got a pearl chrome over top, which made the color look way more muted, but it's kind of pretty that way. I like it. I've been using chrome like every other time lately. I just think it's really fun. It does give kind of like a plasticky look to the nails, but it's also just like very holiday festive. Anyways, I'm gonna go home and figure out a different way to get groceries because Trader Joe's right now on a Friday afternoon is not the vibe. As mentioned, as promised, let's talk about goals. Let's do a little bit of dreaming and scheming and goal setting while I drink this matcha. And then depending on how much time before I gotta go pick up the pizzas, I might start working on my little desktop. I use Canva. I always use Canva. I use Canva for actually like everything. When I did my thumbnails, I use Canva for my thumbnails. I use it for every sign that I ever make, for every invite, for literally everything. It's so good. But okay, 2025 goals. Would love to finish the upstairs actually in January. And I did get some mixed feedback about like what that's gonna do to our house value. Like what we're doing is pretty minimal and can either be undone or I think makes sense for like a playroom moving forward because it'll just be like storage and counter space for toys and crafts and all sorts of things. What's up there right now is just a bench. So all we're really doing is adding in cabinet space, a fridge, and a sink that could be removed, and then adding in stairs and a door. Like that's it. That's all we're doing. Honestly, making this house as livable as possible for me and my family is ideal and goals. So excited to see that come to completion. 2025, I would like to make a payment. I don't know yet the amount, if it will be minimal or not, but to the mortgage beyond what is required of us monthly. We haven't done that yet. We've been paying this mortgage for now over a year and a half, but just with all of the like unexpected financial issues popping up with this house over the last year and a half, we have not paid our mortgage beyond what is required of us. And that's just been a goal of mine, is to start making additional payments because I would like to pay it off quicker than the 30 years. So that's a big financial goal for me for 2025. Jordy and I have this concept for actually a show. This sounds crazy, but we've been working on this concept. It is kind of a structured docu-series meets reality TV concept of a show that we're really excited about. And our goal is either to produce a like lower tier version for my own channel sometime in 2025 or sell the concept to someone for it to become a show. My management company created Secret Lives of Mormon Wives and sold it to Hulu, and that was all they're doing. So I have started conversations with just seeing what options are and connections, because I think it would be a really, really fascinating important topic, and also like juicy and clicky, and also like kind of a expose on, I don't want to spoil anything. You'll find out. A general goal of mine is to slow down, continue to slow down, hang out with Max more. Look at this little bean. I just love you. Oh, you found the cheese on my hands, huh? Thank you. Slow down, be around more, have more nights at home, have more nights at the beach, have more nights with our community. Just slowing down in general. Physical movement 3 times a week. I feel like that's a goal that you hear everybody say at every new year, but I'm not going to, you know, push myself to have like unrealistic fitness goals by any means, but just some form of physical movement 3 times a week, mostly for the sake of my mental health and my joint stability. I actually am in talks with a brand to get a treadmill this next year. It's a very nice, expensive treadmill. So I'm also kind of like, it would be gifted, but I hope that that wouldn't be weird to accept. But walking, especially incline walking, is something that I miss so much and that I feel like I can't really do in our neighborhood here. There's just like no sidewalks and a ton of curbs. And so I can't go on long walks. I can take Max on little short walks, just like down the street and back. But I miss walking so much. So I would love to find a way to make walking more accessible and just move 3 times a week. Make this home feel more like a Maine cottage. That was actually, Jordy and I were making this list together this morning. That was actually what he said. And I was like, you're cute. I know you're saying that on my behalf. But we have some ideas and some projects that we might also do in January, which is a bummer because I'd love to vlog it. But I'll at least show y'all what we do when I'm back. Figure out filming balance. This is always something that I am trying to do. Like I end up having to push a lot of things, especially non-YouTube filming things, like various, like yesterday I spent all day filming an ad for television. And so I take on projects like that and I end up pushing a lot of those to the weekend. Like tomorrow, it's Saturday and I am filming a campaign. So I would just like to figure out how to give myself a little more balance with like not always having to let filming overflow onto the weekends and have like 2 no camera days a week. I think feels really healthy and balanced. I love filming so much. I mean, growing up as an actor, I love it so much, but it, I think, would be a healthy balance to not be on and like on camera and on, but just like let myself just like bleh for 2 days a week. I would love in 2025 to find a food series concept that performs well. That was something that I really wanted to do this year. And to be so frank, I just felt discouraged every time I posted a food video. Like I got good feedback from the people that chose to watch it, but analytically, it just, I would lose money every single time. And I would like pour my heart and way more hours into filming a food focused video. I want to push myself to continue to experiment and try new things and just see if like anything kind of takes. Because what I've found with YouTube is if something takes, like way back in the day when I started Sip and Thrift, if something takes in the algorithm once, then you can make it a series and do it again and it will get served to the same people, even if they're not subscribers. And that's how you can like create something a little more sustainable. So I would like to just figure out like what that niche is. I know what the internet wants, but I also know what like I am passionate about, and I feel like they don't quite align. So I want to find something that excites me and like feels just like new and fresh, but also that people find value in and enjoy watching. Because so far I feel like it's only ever been one or the other. I'm either like, this is so much fun for me and it flops, or this is what I know would probably perform well and it's not super exciting to me, but I'm gonna do it. So I wanna find that cross section. I would love to prioritize going on some parts of tour with Jordy so that I can meet people in real life from the internet, because when I did that this last fall on the East Coast, I cannot tell you how impactful that was for me and how much that like genuinely changed my brain. And the more people I get to meet on the other side of the screen, the more it like humanizes my job for me and makes it feel like, okay, this actually is fulfilling. This isn't as vapid as it feels sometimes. So I feel like that's just a good kind of recentering thing to prioritize in 2025. And maybe even like trying to figure out my own sort of little like coffee shop hang meetup that I do when I tag along to cities around the US. And that leads me to another very similar thing of I do think it'd be fun in 2025 to do some sort of like San Diego hang, like big beach picnic or something where it's just free and whoever's local can come. I think that sounds like it would be really fun and something I would like to look into in 2025. I have a ton of other like dreams, like a general store, but I think realistically, probably not within the next year and maybe not ever, but maybe someday. Those are kind of my goals for the year. So with that, I need to start thinking about how I want my desktop wallpaper to look. One thing I'm excited about is we got a PR package from LaCroix. They sent over a ton of sparkling waters, which is so nice, but then they also sent over this hat. And I posted like just a thank you from them and another brand that sent stuff. And Griffo, we call him Griffo, his name's Daniel, whose birthday it is today. He was like, he responded, he said, hat, in all caps. And I was like, do you want the hat as your birthday present? And he was like, legit, yes, but what he doesn't know. So there's also a tote and a pin. So should I put the pin on the hat or on the tote? So funny. Happy birthday. Instead of working on my vision board right now, I really feel the need to tidy a little bit. I spent time tidying our room this morning and I hadn't done that in forever. And it just like, I go in there and I'm like, yes, all the little things I've needed to put away are gone. So I'm gonna just do a little bit of a tidy here, take Max on one more walk before heading out to pick up the pizza tonight. The game that you always play in San Diego is like so often you go, like your plans go from the beach to then somewhere else, like a little bit nicer. And it's always like, what pants do I wear? And what shoes do I wear? Because if I'm just going to the beach, I'm gonna wear like pull on comfy pants and sandals. But if I'm going out, I'm probably gonna wear something a little more structured, maybe some closed-toed shoes, especially in the winter. So I'm procrastinating figuring that exact thing out at the moment. What are you talking about? There he is. There's my precious. I just love this dog so much. You got anything to say to the people? Maybe that you peed in a cup and you did a good job. Thank y'all for clicking on this video. I hope today's vlog was fun enough, but the vlog is not over. I will bring y'all along tonight. I just want to, before I'm there, say thank you for being here. Thank you for clicking on this. Thank you for wrapping up the year with me. We still have one more vlog and then one more Monday video, which I think will be a thrift and gift. But I also wanted to say thanks to Express for partnering with me on this video. They've been a tried and true favorite for a long time, and I'm so glad my tanks are still a thing. Let's go enjoy a sunset with some pals. Say bye. Bye.